Tassels are really a hot design trend right now in jewelry. You can certainly buy your own at any jewelry supply shop, but I think it's fun to learn how to make your own. So I will show you how to do that. Basically, what you need to make a chain tassel is quite a bit of chain. In this case, we're using 40 inches of chain. You want to cut that into 10 separate pieces, each about 4 inches long. You'll also need a bead cap that matches your chain, or you could choose a contrasting color if you want. You know, whatever works for you. There's no right or wrong. It's your design call. You'll also need a jump ring to secure all of these pieces of chain together and hide inside your bead cap, and a piece of wire to wrap it all together there at the end. And also a bead of some kind. You want a bead that's big enough that it doesn't slip through the hole on your bead cap, but not too big as to be distracting in some way. Unless you're into that, and that's fine. So basically, you want to open up your jump ring using 2 pliers, as I show you in another DVD or another video on the DVD. In this case, I'm just going to use my round nose pliers because that's what I have handy. And you're going to slip the one top link, I should say, from each piece of chain onto the jump ring. I think it's helpful to use a fine gauge wire rather than one with a fine gauge chain rather than one with thick, heavy links. I just think it looks a little bit more delicate, and it just flows. It almost has like a thread-like feel to it instead of a big chunky piece of chain. I do like chunky pieces of chain, but not so much in this particular use. Goodness. Okay, last one here. Okay, once you get all of them strung on quickly, I say quickly only so I don't drop it. Once you get them all strung on, just close up your jump ring nicely, nice and tight. Okay, then we are going to attach the bead cap, to the jump ring. And this is going to look a little bit funky, but I will tell you there's a method to my madness. So we are going to create sort of among the smallest loops you possibly can. It's not going to be a nice eye loop or a nice wrapped loop like I show you how to make, because again, we want all this to be hidden, and there's not all that much room under the bead cap. So just take your chain nose pliers and create a little tiny loop here in the wire. Then hook your jump ring and just kind of secure it on there. So you don't want a big loop or anything that's going to be distracting or push the bead cap up further. Okay, so once you get your wire connected to your jump ring, go ahead and slide your bead cap right down over the top, and that will cover all your connections and give you a nice little finished look here to your tassel. Slide on the pearl, and it just covers that top up and just kind of gives it that next level of look to it. And then you're going to close the whole thing with the wrapped loop. Check out the video on this DVD for information about how to make a wrap loop, and when you're all done, you have your very own tassel that you can then hang on earrings, connect to be a pendant of a necklace, whatever you'd like to do.